2025, episode number 2 of the No Name Podcast, featuring myself, DB Baldwin. Y'all know who I am. My special guest,
Wargee Davis. How y'all doing, America?
partner in crime, and then our special guest who was here last time on episode number 1. She was doing the production for us, Mrs.
Tracy.
Step up to the microphone so everybody can hear you.
Tracy G.
Tracy G. Yes, she is a relative of Shock G from Digital Underground. Wrong button. I pressed the wrong buttons. All right. So I know we talked last time. I want to thank everybody who came on to the last podcast. We had over 1,000 viewers, which we appreciate. We're going to keep this thing going and try to be as consistent as possible. We're going into our spring months right now, you guys, but we're still in the winter months. We're going to stay consistent.
Definitely.
All right. I think we talked last night, and there's a lot of topics because just give you guys heads up. We had our pre-production meeting,
Right.
and in our pre-production meeting, it was like, hey, listen, there's a lot of stuff to talk about that people want to know. It's a whole lot.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah, and there's some things that we just ain't gonna talk about.
We just able to.
Absolutely
We're not gonna give him.
Right.
Oh, no.
No, absolutely not. And y'all know, lowercase h,
34.
34. We're not giving 34 any attention. All right.
No attention at all.
But I think what was the first topic that we kind of talked about that we want to kind of go into?
The Grammys and the diss record.
All right, so lots transpired. We had Super Bowls, we had the Grammys, a lot transpired, you guys. And we seen that Kendrick Lamar won Record of the Year. And rightfully so. He's a super dope artist.
Right.
My fear during all of that, for those who were tied in and tuned in last year, last summer, with all the diss records that we're going through. I think Chris Brown against
Quavo.
And then J. Cole was involved for a second,
It bowed out.
and then it ended up being
Drake and Kendrick.
Drake and Kendrick. I might be getting feedback on your end. And that Drake and Kendrick got pretty tough. And one of the reasons why I didn't like it, because we went through all the guys that left us
Right.
because of beef records.
Right.
And at one point, it was like every 2 or 3 years. And in the current climate, past 5 years, it was almost like 3 or 4 a month.
Right.
If you're in tune into the hip hop world, we're losing guys left and right over music. And because of the climate where before you couldn't just release music and take it to the record stores and sell it,
Right.
the record labels weren't allowing that. But because you have the ability to be independent, things happen. I think the biggest loss that we've experienced was Tupac and Biggie.
Absolutely.
Hands down.
Yep.
And that's something we didn't want to see again. So when those records were coming out, I said, I don't like this.
Right.
I don't like it.
Right.
It's going to cause a division.
And it doesn't stay on wax nowadays.
And
See,
it
we
doesn't.
came there when it stayed on wax. Now it's in the street.
It's in the street.
Yeah.
So we lost 2
Giants.
giants.
Yeah.
I can't call them greats because everybody's going to have their own opinion about them. But however, we lost 2 giants
Right.
within, I think, 11 months,
Mm-hmm.
maybe a little bit longer.
Right.
It was tough.
Mhm.
Not shorter. I'll take that back. It was 96, March 97.
Right.
So it was less than 9 months.
Exactly.
And it didn't take long, and we still like it. And we talk about, I'm a fan of artists.
Right.
I'm a fan of music. I'll dance to any, if it's dope, I don't care who's rapping on it. If the rhythm works and the beat's dope, I'm dancing to it.
No doubt.
Biggie had 2 albums. And listed as one of the greatest of all time.
Right.
We didn't get a chance to hear the rest. We didn't hear anything else.
Nothing.
Tupac left us at the height of his career.
Mm-hmm.
And remember, when he got out, that was probably a total of
Few.
I think 8 months,
Yeah.
Right.
7 or 8 months, he was out
Out of here.
of here. So with this record that came out between Drake and Kendrick, I just wasn't a fan of it. 'Cause I said, oh shoot, we've seen this happen before.
Right.
We've seen it with Pop Smoke. We've seen it with King Von. We've seen it with Mo 3.
Yep.
There's a lot of cats. And you guys may not know who they are. But if you're in the rap and the hip hop world, you know exactly who these guys are.
Oh yeah.
And so this one was big because now we got two giants going at it with each other. You may remember just recently they did a lawsuit. Drake filed a lawsuit.
Right.
You know they settled the other day.
Oh, they settled it. So I thought he dropped it.
They settled.
Oh wow.
No money involved.
Oh,
Oh okay.
They settled.
Okay.
All right. All right.
You leave me alone, I leave you alone.
But that's the record label.
Right. Right.
All right. And then of course when we seen the Super Bowl, it was an incredible show.
Oh yeah.
If you are a hip hop fan, a fan of rap, that show was absolutely incredible. That was probably our third or fourth time we had a rapper on there.
Right.
This is Kendrick's second time on there because remember he was on there with Dr. Dre.
Right.
He was on there with Dr. Dre 2 years ago?
2 years ago, yeah.
Yeah, oh shoot. Yeah. He was on there 2 years ago. So that was Dr. Dre, Mary J. Blige, Snoop Dogg, 50 Cent, Eminem, Kendrick Lamar.
Yeah.
For those who forgot, Kendrick was sitting right there at that show.
Yeah.
sure was.
And that was the highlight, one of the highlights of the show because we're like, oh shoot, Kendrick's here. Eminem's here. And there was no beef back then. We're just like, yo, we got a whole rap show with Mary J. Blige, the queen of hip hop soul.
Yeah.
That was incredible.
I think the only, not say beef, but the only negative thing was Game felt like he should have been there.
Are y'all really laughing?
Yeah.
Yes.
Because Game went on, he did a whole drink champs and everything about why he felt he should have been on there.
Hmm.
Well, maybe he should have been. What's y'all thoughts on that, for real?
Watch. It's your show.
My thing is this. If he would have, I think it was solid. I think it was solid. I'm going to be honest. I don't know if he got enough records with, I just don't, I don't think the game, I don't think the show missed Game. He wasn't missed, I don't think. I don't think he would have added anything else to it. But I'm thinking, if Eminem, if 50 was there, he should have been there. But remember, you and 50 ain't boys. Y'all ain't crew. Y'all ain't label mates, nothing. You're just somebody you used to know. So, nah, I don't think. He got a right to his opinion, but I didn't miss him. And he's a dope MC. Dope.
There's always a trail.
Yeah.
You ready for the trail?
Uh-oh. Yes.
Dr. Dre. Who did Dr. Dre bring on?
Snoop.
Okay.
Mhm.
And then when Snoop left, who did he bring on next?
Eminem.
Who did Eminem bring on?
50.
Who did 50 bring on?
Mary Jane.
No. Keep going. Who did 50 bring on?
Oh, Game.
Game.
Right.
Now, was Snoop loyal to Dr. Dre?
Yeah.
Was Eminem loyal to Dr. Dre?
Yeah.
Was 50 loyal to Eminem?
Yeah.
Was Game loyal to 50?
No.
Nope.
There it is.
Game over.
Game over.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
So that's it. That's it.
You can't jump the chain.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's, if audience, am I missing anything?
No.
We ain't missing it. So when you sit back and analyze, and we'll save this type of topic for later, it's like, you just can't miss. Like, there it is.
That was a phenomenal show without Game.
It was you can't top that show.
No.
So how you gonna top that? Some people can just, if you haven't been to a Jay-Z show, just him coming on stage is phenomenal.
Right.
And if you haven't been to a Tech Nine show, and that's where Kendrick got his lessons on being on stage from Tech Nine, because Strange Music and TDE had a partnership, and Kendrick went on the road with Tech Nine.
Oh, that makes sense.
So at that show, did he have a towel over his shoulder? Did Kendrick have a towel over his shoulder?
I think you did.
No. Come out back, hold that cup real quick.
Yeah.
Yes. Did he have a drink in his hand with a microphone?
No.
Was he hollering over his music?
Oh,
No.
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 Uh-uh.
His music sounded like that show sounded like the record, didn't it?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Tech
Clear.
Nine taught him how to do the show.
Oh, wow.
Don't have a towel on your shoulder, don't have a drink in your hand. These guys paid a lot of money to come see you,
Right.
put on the show.
Yeah.
How many times have we went to, in our heathen days, the club, and our favorite artist comes in, and what they doing?
Drinking in
Drinking.
hand, towel on the shoulder.
How many people behind them?
75.
Oh, entourage.
Club only holds 30.
How many microphones?
7.
Not Sam.
Yeah, doing the most.
And that's what we want to do, man. When that time period comes, we want to see a show.
Right.
So going back to the Super Bowl, there were half of the audience were like, "What am I watching?"
Right.
It's the same show you were watching. That's how we felt about U2.
Oh, yeah.
Basically.
That's how we felt about Madonna.
Yeah.
Basically.
To be honest, I'm not dissing Madonna.
Right.
I was like, well, let me go give me some nachos and some chips and something to drink.
The game will be back on.
Let me know the game back on. 'Cause body can't, we over there doing too much.
Yes.
Now we dancing and two-stepping and the game back on. So it's the same thing. There was people are saying, I don't understand this and I don't understand what's going on. Well, many years, we watched tough halftime shows. Rough. We watched some rough MTV produced halftime shows.
Yes.
So this one, like the audience that's there at the Super Bowls, guys are paying $5,000 a ticket and more, right? So the audience at the Super Bowl is not their audience.
No.
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 But we're not playing to the audience, we're playing to the TV audience, which is 134.
Million.
Exactly.
And a lot of people say, well, who's this Kendrick Lamar? He was crowned the king of the West 10 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
He's had many number one hits.
Many.
Many. That means you're disengaged with the rap and the hip hop community.
Without a doubt.
And the rap and hip hop community is who we are. Don't forget, we were around for the birth of it.
Oh,
Yeah,
without a doubt.
absolutely.
We've seen it. But we're also, I know you guys, we don't complain about today's music either.
No.
I like Lil Baby.
I've understood that it's not my generation and it's hip hop. Hip hop evolves. So I'm still the guy buying Nas' new album, Common new album, because that's me. That's what I like. I respect them because I've been doing hip hop for 50 years, literally. The new guys, a lot of them are nice. I think Kendrick, Drake, J. Cole, Big Crit, I think they're the best lyricists out right now. That's mainstream. And I listen to all of their music. I don't buy it all. I buy Crit's music. I buy some of Kendrick's stuff. The rest of the stuff I just listen to. But you can't, because it's hip hop, man. It's just I just hate when people try to put an age on hip hop. That's what I hate. Because we still listen to Marvin Gaye and all that. Why I can't listen to Sugar Hill Gang? Or why I can't like rap? People think you got a problem with you liking hip hop because you're a certain age. That's pretty much been my culture my whole life. I've been raised in the hip hop culture. Everything I've done, from dressing, talking, walking, everything. Hip hop even helped me go to college.
Okay.
So, you have to let the young guys have it. It's their game now. It's their game. Our guys are still rapping, still putting out good music. We got to support them. Busta's put out, the last two projects were dope.
So let me ask you a question, Wargee.
Mm-hmm.
Since you said that hip hop is your everything, you went to college, grew up with it.
Mm-hmm.
What made you fall in love with hip hop? What was it about hip hop that you like? Yeah, this is my music.
Y'all gonna laugh when I say this. I've always been the kid that shopped in the Husky section.
Okay.
I didn't feel husky when hip hop came out.
Oh.
I felt as skinny as my homeboys. Like, I felt hip hop made me feel different. Like, I felt I could do what they do because we danced. I was a break dancer. I was an alternate. Let me make sure I'm clear. I wasn't a starter. I was an alternate.
Okay.
With the Dynamic Breakers of Hampton, South Carolina. The hip hop gave you a voice, whatever that was. Because even with me being a chubby guy, we had Fat Boys when they first came out.
Okay.
So I was like, okay, cool, we got these guys.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? But hip hop was just unadulterated, straight to the face. That's what I like. Because to me, I still think the message by Grandmaster Flash, Miller Miller, still probably the best hip hop record ever made.
All right.
Yeah.
What about you, D?
I got older brothers and sisters. So, like, my sister, she like Donnie Marie, the Carpenters.
Osmonds and the Carpenters.
Yeah. She liked the Jacksons, so I was younger. I could see the Jackson show and the Jackson 5 show and all that. But she would also watch I'm a Rhinestone Cowboy, stuff like that.
Right, right.
So I had her, then I had my oldest brother who was just anything that was R&B. And then my mom was the Philadelphia Story. My dad was James Brown only,
Okay.
period.
Period.
So he had the reels. And he had everything, but on the LPs, it was James Brown. So by the time my other older brother, I can say his name, can I say my brother's name?
Yeah, absolutely.
My brother Junior. This is my people out here, so my brother Junior.
Okay.
He was like anything. He used to watch Miss America contest, all that, but he was hip.
Right.
So when the rap piece came around, when Blondie came, he was right there.
Right.
And I followed him because he was my bigger brother.
Right.
So I moved with him, and then all of a sudden Capitol Records signed the first hip hop group, which was the Boogie Boys. A fly. When Fly Girl came out,
Right.
It's a wrap.
that it was
Crazy.
Skip Sugar Hill Gang.
Right.
It was Fly Girl for me,
Right.
and I was like, whoa, I just couldn't shake it.
Right.
Like, what is this? And then all of a sudden, here comes Ducky Fresh the Show,
Oh yeah.
produced by Teddy Riley, who nobody knew yet.
At 13, I think.
14, 15,
Yeah.
it was young.
Kid.
And we were like, whoa, what's that? And from then I was like, skip that. Skip Freddie Jackson and come along and ride on that Lakeside.
Lakeside.
Skip all that. What's this?
Right.
And then my sister Precious, she was hip hop and gospel, but she let me, we shared a room together, so she let me go to her side on the rap side. I was just in,
Right.
but I just couldn't figure out how to make it work. But I was sold off of Boogie Boys Fly Girl. And that was the first rap group signed to Capitol Records.
Wow.
And that was a big record.
That was big. Yeah, Fly Girl was big in South Carolina. It was huge.
It's big, man.
All the girls thought they were fly when they came out.
Everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And so that was it. And then we had the young cats, like, we had our New Edition. We had a lot of groups.
Oh, yeah.
A lot
Yeah.
of groups. But that's what did it for me. I was sold.
Yeah.
So when I would go to the band room, and I'm a drummer, I'm over there, skip the music we playing on the concert music side. I'm on the drum like, whoa, I couldn't shake it, dog.
Yeah.
It stayed with me.
Bit you.
I couldn't get rid of it.
Yeah.
So when I put that basketball down, my dad, he didn't like that.
Right.
I was focused on music, man. I couldn't shake it.
Right.
I can't even tell the whole story, y'all, but at one year I left home
Oh, wow.
because of music.
Because of music. That's passion. That's it, though.
That was it.
And look where that leave left you. Look where you're at now.
When you say left me, what you mean? Talking about my daddy right there.
Just look at you now. Look what you
Look at me now.
Look at you now. Yes,
Great
sir,
things
brother.
right
Amen,
now.
amen, amen, amen.
Those great things.
Yes, thank you. And I want to thank my mom and dad for helping me, getting me to where I can do things in music. So,
No doubt.
yes. All right. Now, as we continue to talk, we do have a call-in line.
Yeah.
You can text my phone for those who know me. You can text Wargee's phone. You can text Tracy's phone that know her.
Yeah.
We have a call-in line. The call-in number is 646-868-2788. Write that down, 646-868-2788. If you have any questions or comments or statements, you can put them on the Facebook Live right now. You can text me at that number. You can call in as well too, because we're taking callers as well too on anything. But right now we're just talking about the Grammys, what transpired, and our love and passion for hip hop. My dad's not a fan.
Right.
He's not.
Mine either.
It's tough.
My dad is yet to call that rap away, but we call it that bebop stuff. And he's 76.
I think everybody from that generation, that's how they refer to it.
Yeah.
That hibbity, bibbity.
Right.
You know.
Babbling.
So one year, I was headed down to Grambling, and my dad would take the long way down to college.
So y'all can talk.
No.
So he could probably torture him.
No. he didn't believe in two-lane highways. He grew up
Oh.
on that, so we got the interstate. So coming from Kansas City, we go Kansas City to St. Louis down to Jackson, Jackson, then back over. That took 15 hours.
Wow.
Or we could just go down 71, cut over and be down there in 9.
Oh, wow.
No, he ain't going nowhere. So, and there's no beating that, right? So, and my dad would sleep all day because he wants to leave at midnight.
Yeah, 12 o'clock.
Right. And y'all know in our teenagers and our 20s, we were running around.
Right.
So he's ready to go out. So we roll out, and a lot of people know the story. We roll out, in 30 minutes he's sleepy already.
But slept all day.
But he slept all day, he's sleepy.
I think I overslept.
Yes. So I take the wheel at 12:30, and I've been playing basketball, goofing off, saying my goodbyes to everybody, and I'm tired. I'm like, shoot. So we rolling. So I make it to St. Louis at 4 o'clock in the morning, right? Now we're getting down the highway going towards Memphis, and it's tough.
Oh, yeah.
So around 4:30, 4:45, 5 o'clock in the morning, I'm swerving. So to make me get through, I put on my hip hop, and I grab NWA.
Oh, he woke up.
Ooh.
FO for zagging, backwards.
Oh, yeah.
The FO for zagging. Come on, y'all.
Yeah.
FO for zagging
Yeah.
album.
Yeah.
And I remember I was riding down the street, and I was up now. I was riding. I can't play the record right now. I'm riding. And all of a sudden, don't matter, just don't bite it. And she's one. And I was like, I'm rolling. My dad sleep like this. He heard them cussing and woke up. He said, are they saying what I think they saying?
Saying that, yes.
Yes.
And I'm riding down the street, I'm going 75 miles an hour.
Locked in.
I said, I don't know what you think they're saying. he heard F this, suck that, do this, that, do. He grabbed that tape out that deck
Threw it out the window.
and threw it out the window.
Ooh.
And he grabbed George Benson
Oh my God.
and he put it in the tape deck. And Midnight Masquerade come on.
Oh yeah, oh now that was a hit.
Do. I was
Yeah, that was
swerving.
sleepy.
I was swerving.
I had to sleep out
I'm
there.
at work. He said, boy, whoa. I said, Dad, I can't. That's mellow. That's what we need, and that's what hip hop and rap was for us.
Right.
It was that energy. I could have just drove out.
Right.
But he took it away from me, man. So I got behind on the passenger side and went back to sleep for a little bit. Then when I took back over, I said, let me find something that works.
Right.
You know.
In the middle.
In the middle. And it was, uh-oh.
Here come the hammer.
There you go. Come on, y'all. And my daddy said, I likes that.
Oh wow. Wow.
The hammer was safe.
Yeah, he
All
was.
right. So,
But see, you lucky. My daddy would have put on the Canton Spirituals. Hallelujah Square. This is what we ride for the next 12 hours on repeat. One record.
Wow.
Oh, yeah.
you know, I get that.
You either ready to be saved when you get to Grambling or jump in somebody's swimming pool.
Oh.
Yeah.
But you know what's dope is I represent the Midwest.
Mm-hmm.
You represent the Deep South.
Yeah. Southeast. Yeah.
And we got the West Coast sitting right here.
Right.
A lot, L.A.
L.A.
Matter of fact, I say it again. L.A. rap messed up the rap scene.
What?
Uh-oh.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Why you say that?
He used to love her.
Man.
Common.
Why you say that? I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Well, because hip hop was innocent for a while. And then they exercised their freedom of speech on the West Coast.
You mean NWA?
Woo, they were just one of them, one of many.
Thank you, Luke, for freedom of speech.
Too short.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
There's quite a few.
yeah.
You know, Luke owns the label. Parental advisory.
I get it. So it made it difficult and challenging in my household because when we press play, my dad's be like, "You're not gonna listen to that."
Right.
I'm like, and I looked at it. Majority of the music was from
The West?
the West.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Now, that doesn't say I didn't like it.
Right.
I said it just messed up the flow.
Right, right.
Your flow. It messed up your flow. That's what you're saying, right? Messed up your flow in your household?
Yeah, man.
Okay.
You say, yeah, man.
I mean, because me, I enjoyed it. Like I told you the story.
What story?
Well, you know how I used to be like, hey, O'Shea.
Is it okay to say?
You can say.
So it's amazing that, so with the special guest that we have with Tracy, Tracy's from LA. And her cousin is MC Ren from NWA.
Yeah, that's dope.
Right. So in high school, Eazy-E used to come pick her up and hang out.
Wow.
So she knew Ice Cube
Right.
and had a crush on him.
Did?
Yeah, yeah. With the curl and all.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
She knew Dr. Dre.
Did.
She knew, but Ren's her cousin, she knew Eazy-E.
Yellow.
Do.
Yellow, almost forgot Yellow. Arabian Prince.
All of them.
Yeah.
There was a few more that kind of left.
Mm-hmm.
But that's dope because think about that. Art was on records. She knew him.
Right.
So relatives.
Right.
So I guess Art's statement is going to be, or question is going to be, what was that like for you?
It was interesting. It was very, very interesting. When they first came out, it was like, wow, okay.
Right.
You know, relative of mine, not Ren, but another relative of mine, had a lot to do with the label getting started.
No doubt.
And that was interesting to see. They used to always come, like literally, you know, they easily lived probably like 5 houses down.
Oh, wow.
So it was one of those things, could just walk over to the house, walk in, say hi to everybody, and just, you know, you would do what you do.
Right.
They were back in the studio doing what they did, and I was like, okay, it wasn't anything to me, because
Right.
it's like, okay, I grew up with these people.
Right.
You know,
They're just doing their thing.
they were just doing their thing.
Right.
And, you know, I would go into clubs, I'm underage, but
Right.
hey, I'm with them.
Yeah.
So we could roll. You know, and I think I was telling Dee the first time I remember walking into the house and I'm hearing this sound and I'm like, wow, who is that? Who is that? And she was singing and I was like, who is that? It happened to be Miss Chalet.
Oh, wow.
And so we're just kind of hanging out, you know, Easy Sister and I, we're just hanging out. And next thing you know, this little thing come walking in and she's like, hi. I was like, who is that? And I was just like shocked
At the voice.
at the voice.
Right.
And then I was like, they were like, that's Miss Chalet. I was like, no, it wasn't. I said, sing something right on the spot. And she did. And I was like, whoa.
Wow.
Okay. So, you know, just growing up in it is just one of those things.
Right.
You know, it was fine.
So Miss Chalet's from the hood, too, from the same neighborhood.
hmm
Wow. That's a lot of talent in one neighborhood. That's a lot of talent.
But didn't we grow up with a talented neighborhood though?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
We had the best basketball players in our neighborhood. We had the best football players in our neighborhood. To be honest, we had a guy from where I'm from that could handle Big Daddy Kane.
Rapping?
Matter of fact, his name was Romont. And my people back home know who Romont was. And Romont was like dope. Like he was gonna go.
Right.
I'll tell you what he did one night. So me and my best friend Marlon Stokes, he had a studio in the back of his dad's house. We made it a makeshift studio. It was a garage.
Mm-hmm.
But and MD Stokes is one of the top premier gospel producers out there right now.
Okay.
But back then we just did anything to make anything work.
Right.
And one night, it was like Friday night, we were in the studio, just the garage, goofing off. And we had, I think, so it's a longer story, but I'll make it short. Eazy-E's best friends moved to Kansas, and they wanted to do the exact same thing that he did. So one of our girlfriends was dating one of the guys and said, hey, these 2 guys want to meet y'all.
Right.
And I was like, no. I mean, I'm talking about Jerry Curl, West Coast. No, I was like,
The skirt.
Low tone.
Lokes on, all that.
All
You know,
stars.
all that.
Probably the Chucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so I was like, no, but he was like, F it, let's meet him. And so he was like, I want y'all to make some music. I'm trying to make it happen, man, and do. And Marlon was like, well, shoot, we're going to need this keyboard. We're going to need this drum machine. We're going to need that. I was like, D, what we need? We don't need nothing.
Not from these guys.
I'm just going to use these drums. And we're just rock it live.
Right.
And they bought the equipment, and we started rocking. And we started producing around the city. But Bro would come in and just dope. And I remember one Friday night we were recording, and this is how he talked. What's up, y'all? What's going on? We was like, what's up, bro? And he was like, hey, man, I got this tape. I need to fill it up, make me a beat. I was like, bet. I made a beat on spot. And as I'm making the beat, he was like, my boy D making the beat. My boy D making the beat. And all of a sudden, he said, I press record. no pen, no paper, 30 minutes per side. He rapped the first 30 minutes. The tape said, click. He said, now turn the tape over, turn the tape over, turn the tape. We turned the tape over, press record. He kept going till he filled that tape up. He freestyled for 60 plus minutes.
Wow.
That's the kind of talent. I was like, but we didn't know where to go.
Right.
We're in the middle of the United States. We didn't have access to anybody.
Right.
The people we knew were like Baptist church musicians.
Oh yeah.
Not dissing anybody, we just didn't know where to go. We knew we were sitting on talent.
Right.
The next thing I know, it was a bunch of them. Everybody started singing and rapping. I was like, oh shoot, we on to something. But we didn't know where to take it. We didn't know who to call. And if I knew, I was like, hey, I got a guy that can match Big Daddy Kane.
Right.
And people argue that Big Daddy Kane was as good as Rakim.
Right.
That's an argument.
That's the argument.
I said, well, I got a Big Daddy Kane right here. But didn't know where to take him.
Nowhere to take them. Yeah, that pretty much was the tape where I was from in little old Hampton, South Carolina. A lot of talent. Like right now, that town, I know cats can play everything, but my town is locked in the gospel. I come from a gospel Christian town. They're locked in. I know guys that can leave there and play for anybody, but they are dedicated to the church. Now I'm like you. I have my guy G Wiz as my neighbor, my cousin Garrick Smith. He was always dope, but I'm in Hampton, South Carolina. Nobody's checking for talent. You know, we were like y'all, we were landlocked and we had no way to get to nobody. And for me, going to Grambling is how I got my connection to the music industry. That was it.
That's good.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm like you. I had a guy at the crib that was nice. He should have been signed, but you know, Hampton County, 20,000 people in the county. You know what I'm saying? Nobody checking for talent. Now, if you were a gospel singer where I'm from, you're a star because all the churches, the weddings, the funerals, anniversaries, all of that, you booked. But hip hop, no, it wasn't a venue, wasn't nowhere to exercise that talent, nothing. Really, even singing R&B where I'm from.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
But to be perfectly honest, there was a place to go. There's places to go. You go to LA,
Oh, right.
you go to New York.
You gotta have that bread to
But
get
it costs to get there.
Yeah.
So when we say we don't know where to go, it's like we can go to New York, but okay, we're there. Now what? We knock on the door. How do we get in?
Right.
And for many that are out there, still the same way. But now there's options
Yes.
because we didn't have an option. We had to go to disc makers, CD Baby,
CD baby.
all them people that make CDs, and hopefully somebody might buy it, or your local record store will put it in a little section, and you sold about 10 to 20 a month. Consignment. Yeah, come back, pick up $20 on, $20. Like, oh shoot, hey, y'all, we in.
We sell it.
We're selling something.
Right.
And Mama always said, just keep going.
Yeah.
Mom, it's got to be better than this.
Slow money better than no money.
So I got to say this too. So, my mom, she'll watch it later. I said, hey, Mom, I don't want to go to college.
Oh,
How did that turn?
Mom, let me finish, Mama. Let me finish. I want to go to the Berkeley School of Music. And she said, okay, well, do your research and see how much it costs, and let's talk about it. I said, yes, ma'am. So I grabbed the books. Remember the big books we used to grab all the schools? I was going through like, oh man, I could be in that studio. I could be in that drum room. I could get that done. Oh, they got a section for all the singers. Oh yeah, I'm like, tuition. Now, I don't mind saying what year it was. It's 1988. So I was like, man, 1988. $20,000 tuition. $20,000 right now is about $72,000.
Oh,
Yeah.
So I was like, all right, Mom, I got my pitch ready. We didn't do pitch decks.
Right.
Just got my pitch ready
In the living room.
in the living room. And she would come home from work, and she's like, I said, Mom, I'm ready to talk about it. Let me take my clothes off and get settled from work. Let's talk. All right, Mom, I got it. So I can get my degree in music and engineering from Berkeley School of Music. She said, okay, what city is that again? It's in Boston, Massachusetts. Okay, how much is the room and board? Tuition's $22,000. No, that's not what I asked you. I said, how much is room and board? Isn't that part of tuition? She says, no. She says, how big is Boston? I don't know, the size of Kansas City. I ain't never been there before.
Right.
She says, kind of expensive. So do they have on-campus housing? No, I looked it up. You need your own apartment. Oh, okay.
Oh,
Now, it wasn't over yet. There was hope. She says, well, we can look into it and see what type of scholarship opportunities are available. They give out scholarships? Yes, ma'am, they give out scholarships to the top musicians. Are you a top musician? At my school, I am. Well, let's talk to your dad.
oh,
There we go.
Here we go.
There we go. Yeah, we talked about this in the audience. Y'all know my dad, J.B. Baldwin, the baddest dude in Leavenworth. She says, J.B., your son wants to talk to you about college.
they left you.
And she walked out the room. Where you playing basketball at? Oh, no, Dad. I want to go to the Berkeley School of Music. The what? A what? Berkeley School of Music. No, we're not doing that.
Is it that conversation?
The end.
Oh, what?
The end.
Yeah.
The end. And I thought my life was over. Man, everybody comes out of there, Dad.
Everybody.
Name them. Everybody. He said James Brown did.
Uh-oh. That's it.
Jackie Wilson did. The Spinners did.
Okay.
The Temptations did. Smokey Robinson did. He said, so what are you trying to tell me? You need more education? And I didn't have an answer.
Right.
I just knew that's where I needed to be.
Right.
And to be honest, I didn't need to be there.
No.
I already had it in me. Fly Girl, Boogie Boys.
That's it.
It was already in me.
Yeah.
It was already in.
You had a blueprint. That was it.
He already set it up. My mom and dad invested into a drum set. I'm playing like, matter of fact, they gave me the basement. The basement belonged to me. I turned the basement to a drum room. I just played. That's all I did.
Right.
So that's kind of where it led to. So I'm thankful for my mom and dad. And we want to give it for mom and dad, Mr. and Mrs. Baldwin. Let's give it up for Mr. and Mrs. Baldwin. All right. I appreciate that.
So I'm gonna butt in.
Mm.
We're live.
We're live.
We need our audience to call us. I'm sure y'all have some questions. I know on the last podcast, there are plenty of questions when it was pertaining to music. So come on
Ooh.
You got one?
I got a question, you
now.
guys.
What's your question?
This is going to be tough, all right?
Okay.
Ooh. Why is it so hard to replicate 90s music these days? Which I consider the best era of music.
Ever?
Ever?
Whoa.
Well, hold on. We're going to dive into that. Remember, all the R&B artists came from the gospel world, right?
Right.
The 90s singers came from Kojic and Pentecostal.
Right.
So they came in blazing. We already had the gospel singers. And I said, look at them. From 1987 on up, Kojic, Pentecostal.
That's it.
Period. Oh, I think, hey, we got a caller
Got a
coming in as
caller?
well, too.
All right.
Hold on real quick. So we'll handle that. You guys continue to talk about that.
Yes, sir.
90s, replicating 90s music. Replicating 90s music. Oh, shoot, we have a caller. Caller. How you doing today? Who am I talking to? Hey, man, you gotta do it like that. You gotta do it like that. All right, for everybody who wants to know out there, my oldest brother just called in. That's my biggest fan support.
Yeah.
What you got for us, Frank?
Uh-oh.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes. Man. I didn't have no money. I've been homeless, struggling.
In Boston playing buckets.
First, how am I gonna get there? Yeah, playing buckets. Hey, so Mom and Dad. I did a little bit, yes. I did. Grambling at the time, you guys, the tuition was $3,500.
Out of state.
Out of state.
Yeah.
I mean, you know.
So I could make that work. I could cut some grass and go to Grambling.
Yes.
But Berkeley and then tuition, well, first of all, Daddy said no. And you know, we have a that's it. Yeah, come on, man.
Reynolds rap.
You already know. We just say yes, sir. And we just shake our head. We wipe that tear away like the Indian in the commercial.
He said, killed that dream.
Just killed the dream. Yes. Yes. So I apologize to the live audience because it's gonna be on playback later on YouTube. But what he's saying is, you know, our dad's pretty tough. He was a straight shooter. So my oldest brother Frank wanted to play basketball at 13. My dad said, "No, you're gonna deliver these papers."
Okay.
But he treated my oldest brother like he got treated when he was younger.
Right.
I want to do this. My dad was pulled out of school in the second grade. No, you're not going to school.
Going to work.
We're going to work.
Yeah.
And my grandfather owned a gas station, a detail shop, and a restaurant. So all the kids worked.
Okay.
All right. So with him being the oldest, he had to deal with that first. By the time we came along, it was, we're gonna get this $1 million contract. Yeah, but it wasn't easy. And my dad don't believe in second place. Second place is a constant reminder that you lost.
That you lost, yeah.
That's why I'm so, like, for those who know me, inside the studio, I'm fierce.
Right.
It's not me. It's my dad.
Right.
And time is money. Am I right?
Oh, man.
Matter of fact, I got my boy Dooney here. Dooney shot tons of videos with you and the choreographer, lead choreographer. When we shot videos, you see me moving around against that time?
Yes.
I don't fuss at him because he knows he's a professional. And Dooney's a great choreographer. But we got to be out of here by 8 o'clock. We got this place until 8 o'clock. We need to get this done. So it's me against the clock.
Right.
Absolutely. So Frank, I appreciate that call. I appreciate the call. Callers, my call-in line is 646-868-2788. Frank, we appreciate you giving us a call, okay?
Thank you, Frank.
Big brother Frank.
All right. Thanks for the support. All right. All right. So we can talk about that for a while, but let's get into some more things, you guys. Y'all want me to lead?
What you about to say? I mean, do we need to play some music behind it so we can get the feel, the mood right?
No, I ain't no music.
You sure?
Yeah.
Are we jumping to
I think so.
Luther versus the world?
Oh, shoot, let's go.
That's what we're
Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. So this is going to be a hot topic now, you guys.
Okay, so last night in our discussion,
Yes, here we go.
Here we go.
I couldn't even sleep.
the topic came up, who's better, Luther Vandross or Brian McKnight? So we're on the phone talking about, oh, it's Luther. Somebody was like Brian McKnight. It was like, you done lost your mind.
And first of all, it's Brian McKnight.
McKnight. Well, excuse me, Brian McKnight.
Thank you.
But he's not the greatest.
I didn't say he was the greatest.
Well, you were talking.
We compared the two. No, y'all know what I put on the tops. We'll come back to them. So the topic, now we're going to move this topic, guys. We're going to move this needle because we know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
Luther Vandross is an incredible singer, incredible writer.
Oh, man.
Incredible.
No.
So what I did was, I said, hey, let's put together our Mount Rushmore, our top 4 or 5. So I said, Stevie Wonder,
Yeah.
untouchable.
Untouchable.
I said Stokely for Mint Condition,
Yes, we agree.
Untouchable.
untouchable. Luther Vandross,
Yeah.
Untouchable.
I said great. I said Brian McKnight. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Y'all thought I said Madonna.
Sounded like that to me.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Yes.
Brian can go. He can blow. He can sing. Brian McKnight is dope. But he's never been in my top 5, 10, or 20. And I respect him as a singer and all of that. Because, as far as I'm concerned, is Donny Hathaway than everybody else.
That's right. I agree.
Period. Like after Donny, you put him how you want to line him up. But nobody's touching the great, immaculate Donny Pace Hathaway.
That's right.
Stevie Wonder.
Donny then Stevie for me. Yeah.
I'm not listen, once again, I'm trying to understand this. I'm not dissing any singer because the singers are dope.
Right.
But,
Stevie Wonder?
Yeah.
I can't even do a run because my vocals won't even do it.
Yeah. In my day I could, but I can't do it. I definitely can't do a Donny run. See, Donny, this is the thing about Donny. Donny would run vocally, but what he's running, he's playing on the keyboard.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's where it gets phenomenal. Ain't too many dudes that's playing what they're singing too at the same time.
Stevie Wonder's on the keyboard
Oh, that's
doing
Stevie.
runs and he blind.
No, that is Stevie.
Okay?
Well, you don't need a sight to sing.
But you just added
Yeah.
singing and playing.
Yeah.
So I said singing and playing with my eyes closed.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
But see, I've seen Stevie. Stevie can sing and play with his eyes closed, but I've seen Donny live doing intricate parts of the record. Like, that is hard to play. But he's playing it and singing. Yeah, and it's not even,
You're
it's
saying
not a
Donny?
lyric.
I'm saying Donny.
Over Stevie? We said last night, see now they doing a switcheroo on
No,
me.
we're not.
Last night we all agreed Stevie.
Yeah.
Yes.
We all agreed Stokely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With mid condition, not solo Stokely.
Right.
With mid condition. We all agreed.
We did.
Then we said Luther Vandross.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, okay, Luther was at the end.
Right.
You said Donnie. I said, okay. But I said, what about Brian McKnight?
Well, actually, Luther was first.
Hmm.
That started the conversation with Luther.
See, I know the line's about to light up now. Yeah. See? I know it. See, this is what you gotta love our people.
Yeah, I mean,
You gotta love us for this. Because
Well, I can't see anything, so I gotta monitor something else.
oh, gotcha. Yeah, so people comment now on the live.
They saying what? I can't see it.
hold on.
Some Mr. Precious Washington said, yikes, that's a tough one.
It ain't tough.
But after Luther's documentary, I said Luther.
Thank you,
What?
Precious.
Precious.
And Charles Green said
Volume.
Luther.
Volume.
That's right.
Volume.
What?
It was
playing
playing back. It's okay. So y'all picking Luther over Stevie Wonder vocals? I said best singer.
Oh, best thing for me is always gonna be Donny Hathaway. Always. Donny then Stevie. Always for me. That's 1 and 2. And if you want my 3, Donny, Stevie, Marvin Gaye is my 3.
No, Marvin Lynn's cool. He's got incredible records. I'm talking about vocal skills, vocal skills. If I sat in the studio saying, I need this done, I got this guy that can sing 4 octaves plus 2 notes. Give me Stokely right now.
Okay,
I need everything in there.
we agree with
But
that.
when Marvin come in to give you what he give you,
Listen, Marvin,
maybe a half octave.
if he show up,
Well, he ain't gonna show up today. He definitely, if he pull up today, I don't want to be there.
I just keep on reading the comments. Let me make it very clear. Marvin Gaye is phenomenal writer, phenomenal singer.
Prince of soul.
But he has the same type of vocals that Brian McKnight has. They have a reverb in their box. That's a reverb.
Mm-hmm.
Whose volume is that? Mine? Sorry. Just making sure. So Marvin Gaye has the same reverb that Brian McKnight has as well too. It's a reverb they have in their box. We said Little G from Silk.
Dope.
The lead singer for Silk, have you heard his vocal range?
Yes.
He keeps on one of the albums, on the intro he's playing and he's way up there.
Yeah. Lil G's bad. He's a bad boy.
Yeah, but because he was in a group, we don't get the chance to see the notoriety, but because all of them can sing. In Mid Condition, that was a band with a lead singer.
Right.
And don't forget, Stokely played drums.
Yes.
He was just as dope as Chris Daddy Dave. So saying that, I said, Stokely, if y'all play the record So Fine by Stokely, and he hits that high part after the bridge, I can't even go there. He says, I seen him hit that note, pause, band break, and he rippled his stomach like this while holding a note that high. I said,
Yeah, he's definitely dope. And Stokes is he's one of one.
He is one of one. That's why I said these guys are in separate categories.
Mm-hmm.
So we say Mount Rushmore,
Right.
and pretty soon we got to put Obama in Mount Rushmore. We got to get that fixed.
Yes.
So listen,
Side note.
they're in categories by themselves.
Still.
Hmm.
I don't. So, audience members, if you all think that Brian McKnight, I'm not truly a fan, but if you think he's vocally all of that with Mr. DB over here, put it in the comments. Let us know or give us a call.
Now, one thing I said about Brian McKnight, I know all his records. Because Brian, when he was on top, when he was running. Like Brian McKnight released hit after hit after hit after hit. Because I remember reading about him, he said, I don't leave the studio until I write and record a song every day. So that's a crazy work ethic within itself. But the only person I've ever met that was a Brian McKnight, that loved Brian McKnight, was my wife. When I met my wife, she was like, yeah, I like Brian McKnight. I was like, oh, you do? I said, okay, well, you're the first. I said, not that he's not dope, but it's just, I've never heard people rave over Brian McKnight.
I haven't either.
But he's dope. I give him his credit. He can sing. The brother definitely can sing. He can sing.
So if you have the ability to go to YouTube right now, or go to Apple Music or where Spotify, wherever you go to, his first. Remember, Brian is the brothers to the R&B group Take Six, and we know Take Six is phenomenal.
Oh,
Yes.
Yeah. That's different.
What's different?
Yeah.
What you mean? What's different?
I said they're different. No, I'm talking about Texas within themselves. It was them then everybody else.
It was them and everybody
That
else.
was pure harmony, no instruments, just vocal.
And he has those same vocal skills.
Because his brother's the bass singer for Texas.
Absolutely, two of them.
Oh, you got two brothers in
I
Texas?
believe so.
Okay. I know the one that kind of favors him.
Yeah.
The tall guy. Yeah. Okay.
And phenomenal.
Yeah.
So when I say that, it's like he comes from that. So
I'm trying to read the comments.
just turn the volume down.
You know what?
We're gonna keep this thing going. We're still learning a few things here, you guys. So disregard the errors. So we can. It's like arguing. Oh wow, yes.
Precious says, over Brian. And then Frank, one thing I can say about D, he knows.
Well, I'd say this, and we have Dooney's here. And Dooney had an opportunity to be part of 112, and with him being a choreographer, and Dooney's a talented individual. I wish everybody could see him.
Right.
When you get into the studio, for example, when I get into the studio, I don't care who the artist is, I can tell if you recorded more than 200 hours. Because a lot of church people come to the studio and they just blare on the mic. We'd be like, this is not church. You're doing too much. I need to control the vocals and work it out. I don't need to do that.
I don't need loud.
I don't need that.
Right.
I need this. And it's hard to get our church people in the studio because it's difficult. But in the new artists that have dope records, when you get them the first time, you can just tell when you press record, you're like, they haven't had a lot of studio time. And some people get behind the microphone, grab the headsets, all right, turn me up, I can hear myself, turn me up, can y'all hear me, all right, go. And they rock. You got a good engineer, they rock, and they locking layers out, locking vocals out. We're done 15, 20 minutes. Verses, in and out, in and out. Verses, I'm talking about singing, in and out. That's how we know. So when I say I want to work with dope singers, and I've seen some that like, if I ever had a chance to work with her,
Right.
but she doesn't want to do it. Oh, we left out. So okay, let's go over it a little bit. We have mentioned the females too. I said, well, my favorite. See, she already starting already. She's like my dad. Every time I start up, he'd be like, there you go. No, my brother Junior. That's what he does.
He's like,
Can I get it out?
Go ahead.
My favorite singer is Shaka Khan. That's my favorite. And I say Shaka Khan over everybody. And I watched her. It was Brandy's a good singer. Monica's a good singer. They were on stage together with Shaka Khan. Brandy sang, Monica sang, then Shaka grabbed the microphone.
Right.
And when she got done, she passed the mic back to them. They would push the mic away.
Right.
Uh-uh.
As they should.
No, don't do that.
As they should.
Wow, Brandy's a good singer.
She's
Brandy's
good
a great singer.
Brandy and Monica are great singers, but they're not Shaka Khan.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So that just thank you, sir.
Yeah, they're not Shaka Khan.
So
I
Shaka
get that.
Khan's, and she's my favorite. Now she's not the best. Like this, look, hey,
Yeah.
Range.
her range is she's 3 octaves plus 4, maybe 3 octaves plus 5. But it's a big range. Think about 3 octaves. You're talking baritone, tenor, alto.
Right.
Tenor, alto, soprano. Then you add your notes into it. So that's the range.
Right.
So she's 3 ranges plus notes. Beyonce's 4 ranges. So people say, now I'm gonna say it loud and proud. That girl can sing.
Can she?
I totally agree.
Woo!
I totally agree.
Can she?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you why I agree.
Why?
I know a guy that engineered one of her sessions. And he said, brother, listen, I want you to hear something. He said, this is Beyonce with nothing added. This is her raw. No music, just raw vocals. And he played it and I was blown away.
She came from the reverb era.
Yeah. She can
It's
sing.
just reverb.
And I really think the big knock that people like to say, Kelly Rowland sings better than Beyonce. No, she don't.
But Kelly can sing.
She can sing.
She can.
Can sing.
But she don't sing better than Beyonce.
No, I mean, I guess that's to everybody's opinion.
Yeah, right.
Like my daddy said, there's fact, there's opinion, there's a fact the girl can sing. That's a fact.
That's an opinion.
Mm.
Just saying.
Woo. So, Tracy, you're just our guest for this week because you're going to be Tracy's will be our co-host moving forward. But I had a meeting last week, and someone said to me, and I can't. It was one of my artists. She's like, it's not fair because people like Beyonce have a machine behind them; they can never fail. I said, whoa. Beyonce's faced failure. She's faced failure. Do y'all know how many girls been through Destiny's Child?
You gonna tell us?
The artist is gonna say 3 or 4. 50 girls went through Destiny's Child.
Wow.
50
Before they got it right.
before they got it right. And when they got it right, well, I'm sorry, about 46 before they got it right.
Right.
And then we saw the last
4.
4.
Okay.
I saw them young and grounded at 16, 15, 16, doing no, and all that. And I was like, okay, they're gonna blow.
And they did the slow version, the fast version.
I think they did both.
The slow version wasn't getting it.
Yeah.
And had they stayed on the slow version, no, they would have gone any further.
Right, Wyclef remix.
Wyclef Remix
Right.
sent them out of here.
Through the roof.
And that was the second record deal. The first record deal failed. Star Search failed.
Right.
This first record deal failed. And Timothy Christian from Tony was their manager.
Wow.
A&R.
I
It failed.
Never knew that.
Yes.
Wow.
So people tend to forget that transpired. So I come back and say, hey, she knows what it's like to be down here and not making it.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So she's going to guard everything, and as you should.
I just want to tell Precious, thank you, Precious. We agree. Precious basically said, finally, somebody agrees with me. I don't think Beyonce is the best singer. I have always favored Kelly. I'm going to leave that right there. I'm going to let that marinate a little bit.
I'm not sure who that precious person is.
Well, I'm just telling
Precious
you.
Washington.
Precious Washington.
I'm not sure who that is.
We know who that is.
I'm not, it doesn't ring a bell right now.
Wow.
It just doesn't.
Okay.
I'm not saying she's the best.
No. I just said she can sing.
I said she can sing.
Now she'll never be on my best list. The Beyonce's not in my top 20.
She's not, watch this. I said this. She's not even in my top 20.
Not in my top 20.
But that girl's ultra talented. She's talented out this world.
Oh yeah.
So I went to the concert early on, but I'm not about to pay $2,000 to go to the concert, right? For some people, it's worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I said Shaka Khan. All right? And so you had told me last night, she said, Gladys Knight. I said, Gladys Knight over Shaka? Come on now, stop.
Midnight Train to Georgia.
It ain't enough.
That man sound like you said you don't care if she's Gladys Day.
I don't care if she's Gladys Day.
I mean, we said other people too. I mean, you started saying Mariah Carey.
No, he said we can't do this without mentioning Mariah Carey.
Yeah.
And when we got to Mariah Carey, we were like, we have to give Mariah Carey her props. Because there's only two people that she emulated that can do that.
And you said one. You said Minnie Riperton.
Yes.
Right.
And then we collectively said,
Karen.
no,
Oh.
Lisa Fisher.
Oh, yeah, Lisa. Oh, without a doubt, Lisa.
Right.
Fisher.
And there's a few more.
But we forgot one. Rochelle Farrell.
Rochelle-
Oh yeah. Absolutely. Can't
Rochelle
say.
Farrell could be labeled the best female singer because Rochelle is bad.
She's bad.
She's in a league of her own.
She is.
And when you say range, she must go from soprano to bass. She must cover it all.
Yeah.
Because I've heard her do it live. Rochelle's different. And she's sick too, by the way. She's going through some things.
Oh.
I saw that online, yeah. That's why I haven't been hearing nothing from her lately. Because the Music Cares is doing a lot of stuff for her now, like paying for doctor stuff and all that from what I read.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
There was another singer. It wasn't Karen White. There was another one that can do that they could do that range like that. I forgot who it was.
Well, let me say mine.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a female singer alive or dead that can outsing Karen Clark Sheard.
Oh, absolutely no. Man, we talked about that. The Clark sisters, period.
See, when I say sing, I say the best. I want the best. Karen Clark Sheard is the best. I will put her on stage with any woman, any vocalist.
No problem. So for our audience members, Karen Clark Sheard is one of the top gospel artists vocally, period.
Of the last 50 years.
And this is what I said. When Faith Evans first came out, people said Faith can't sing. And we said, are you kidding?
You gotta be drunk.
You're out your mind. She did a duet. She got on a microphone with the Clark sisters.
Correct.
And she matched them vocally.
Yes.
I was like, oh, and we said somebody else.
Kelly Price.
Kiki and Kelly.
Kiki and Kelly.
Kiki Wyatt.
Yes.
And
Kelly Price.
thank you. Kiki Wyatt, no question. Skip the nonsense. That girl, even when she just when she just starts, it's rich.
Oh yeah.
Agreed.
I think for me, sometimes she just does too much.
It's okay. Johnny Gill does too much.
Oh.
You think so?
He does too much.
He does too much.
He has the
Johnny Gill?
He's the
Yes.
gift.
When does he done too much?
Every time he's on stage.
He can't help you go. He gonna growl.
But we don't, okay, you growl for 20 minutes.
Listen, the growl was so Johnny.
But he had to growl for 20 minutes though.
And his.
That's Luther.
Yeah, that's Luther. He took that from Luther.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Oh, hey man, we got it, dog. We got it. We got it. We know yet.
Yeah.
But you are the voice. We know that. So just bless us with that. You don't have to prove us anything. We got that. You're just doing too much.
You know what I think it is though? I think Johnny, I don't think it's too much for Johnny. I think that's that quartet gospel coming out of Johnny.
Too late.
One person we forgot too is Shantae Moore.
Her videos lately, like she can hit the whisper note, whatever they call the whisper. I was like, wow.
That's what I was thinking about. Couldn't think about it.
Shantae
Shantae
Moore.
Moore. Shantae Moore.
Crazy range.
Minnie Riperton.
Yeah.
Mariah Carey. And yeah, I played Karen White like twice a week. I can't help it.
Come on, Superwoman Karen White?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for real?
I play her a lot.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I haven't played her since 87.
I know.
On cassette.
I get it.
Superwoman.
There's more to it.
Oh, she got some more records?
Press play. Who she married to?
Oh, Jimmy Jam, right? Terry Lewis.
Terry Lewis.
Terry Lewis. I get it mixed up. Okay.
It's okay.
Yeah.
So the pressure's already on.
Yeah.
Come on now. The pressure's on. So that's me. I just gave you my personal, like this is my y'all can't see what I listen to. This is what I listen to by myself on my own.
See, I always thought Karen came through that era where you didn't necessarily have to be a great singer. You could just make good records.
Wrong. Don't forget she came from the 80s where everybody could sing. She came from a singing era.
But
we're going back to the statement that the question that the person said, how come, why not? We can't emulate 80s/90s. And she was at the end of that era, yes.
Now I have to agree with Frank. His comment was, or is, one of his favorite, and I have to agree 110%, is Phyllis Hyman. You can't touch her.
she's dope.
She's dope.
She's dope. I fell in love with her in school days.
Yeah.
So to the audience members out there, do your research on these names we're talking about. It's just so many. It's just so many.
I mean, we have an audience member showing us.
Jasmine Sullivan.
Yeah.
She's ice cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's
Yeah.
ice cold.
I mean, if we're talking about like coming in now, I mean, we have Jasmine Sullivan. My all-time favorite is Layla Hathaway.
Now,
She's her daddy all over. Tone and everything.
Everything.
y'all know that's my favorite singer.
I named my daughter after her.
I named my daughter after her. Full name.
Yeah.
Full,
Not the full name.
Yeah, I don't want to embarrass my daughter. Full name.
Yeah.
But we were sophomores in college. I was like, listen.
Layla, yeah.
She was rich. Now, she didn't have range, but she could do something very special. And her vocal range, and you can look it up, she can do 2 notes at the same time.
Yeah.
Sure can.
And that's like super duper rare.
She got from her daddy.
I get it.
Yeah.
I get it.
I read she said she was born able to write music. Her and her sister, they can write music. It's just a gift.
Yeah.
Yes. So Shaka and Layla, you can't go wrong. Just press play, we go wrong. I ain't gonna fight. I ain't gonna argue about it.
Shaka?
Mike Tyson's the best fighter of all time. Layla Hathaway, Shaka Khan. That's it. I can argue with you.
Okay. We'll let you have your Shaka.
Layla Hathaway.
Layla's bad.
Layla's
She's bad.
And Layla's bad. What I like about Layla, she can go into her bottom register and kill.
Ooh.
Like in her bottom, ain't no woman touching her down there. She's dope down there. But
Shaka's dope down there.
but everything
What is
Up.
it with Shaka?
She's dope. Shaka's dope.
he had Shaka posters on his wall.
Okay.
I know you do.
All
I
right.
didn't. Dr. J. It was Dr. J.
Shaka.
No Shaka.
My dad didn't have no Shaka Khan, but it was Dr. J.
So you definitely didn't have NWA on your wall.
Take it down.
No.
We'll let you have Shaka.
So let's not. We just mentioned some people, some great people. Phyllis Hyman, great. Look up Phyllis Hyman. You may not like the music because it's a sonic sound now because the sound has
And
changed.
she's jazzy.
But if you're a fan of music and forget the sonic sound of how that dates everything, her vocal skills are amazing. People would say Billie Holiday. I'm like, she was big, but she wasn't like that. And there's more. I mean, there's Sarah Vaughan. Those people.
Ella
are
Fitzgerald.
incredible. Ella Fitzgerald.
We're
incredible.
doper than her. Exactly.
Absolutely.
I totally agree.
Aretha Franklin, which we can't ever forget.
No.
That's the queen.
That's the queen.
That's the queen.
They're by themselves.
Yeah.
So I was like, yeah. And but to be honest, when she left us, my mom said, that one hurt.
Oh yeah.
That hurt my mom.
The people of our parents' era were all hurt.
That hurt.
Yeah. Aretha was almost like losing a family member for them.
All right. So we left that, and the last night's phone call, it turned up because we're trying to be on a phone call to get ready for today. In the phone call, we were trying to make it like 15 minutes and move on. Let's go. We got stuff to worry out. But we got stuck on that topic for a while, and my co-host Tracy she wouldn't let up. She just wouldn't let up.
So we got to knock out this 80s, 90s replication thing.
Hey, listen. First of all,
I'm going to let y'all go first.
I'm gonna make it very clear. First, we were blessed to have the Gap Band.
Yeah.
And then came another group called Guy. Then after Guy came, I can't take out 20 because it's confusing on how they were all put together. If you don't know that, the original band members were all relatives.
Right.
But the record label made them 3. But if you go to the first album, all the cousins were on the album.
Okay.
And then we were blessed with the doggone Jodeci.
My favorite group of the 90s.
And Jodeci came.
Male or female?
And there was a lot of groups.
Yeah.
There was a lot of groups out
A
there.
lot of groups.
A lot of groups.
Portrait, Men of Standard, Jagged Edge, 112.
Jagged Edge 112.
Boys to Men.
He did say true.
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 We're going to get the True.
Get the True.
You know, we got to talk about True.
What about it?
We got to get back to True. We got True New Edition.
Yeah.
We'll get to that after this.
Yeah.
No. No. I'm JB Baldwin, so no, we're going to get to that right now.
We'll get to that right now. Y'all shouldn't have brought it up.
What about Troop and New Edition?
That was one of the topics last night.
Okay, what about it?
It was a discussion.
was a discussion.
Your word is Troop is
is
better
better.
performance than New Edition.
I'm going to make it very clear. Y'all can argue all y'all want, but it's on video. And I said it last time. Because of the ranks I've been working in, I'm grateful that I'm not dissing. This is not a diss. Because I'm thankful I'm working with New Edition right now. And I can see it. And they're older.
Right. 60s.
Yes. Oh, don't do that.
What? Not yet.
They're in their 50s.
They're in their 50s.
Oh, I thought
Nobody.
I just saw somebody. Was,
Nobody.
Johnny not 60?
No,
No.
56. 58. No, Johnny.
Oh, okay. I thought I saw that Johnny or Bobby was 60.
No, Bobby's the
Bobby's
youngest.
only 50.
He's the youngest.
Oh, okay.
Ronnie and Bobby are 56.
Got you.
Now, even let's just go to the Any Heartbreak album, 1988.
Their best work.
Their best album without Bobby.
Because he put out his best work right
Because he put out My Prerogative came out. I'm sorry. Bobby Brown.
Don't Be Cruel.
Don't Be Cruel. Don't Be Cruel album came out.
Yeah.
Incredible album.
Yeah.
Matching producers. But that doggone Truth popped up from Los Angeles. And if you watch that show, if you haven't seen a Truth show, and who's lead vocal? Steve Russell?
Steve Russell. Still in the game.
If you haven't seen a video, go watch Mamacita. Go watch My Heart. Go watch Spread My Wings.
Gotta watch
Yeah.
Spread McGowan.
Yeah.
Got to watch.
Just those 3 videos. And what you see in those videos, go to, who had a late night show?
Arsenio.
Go to Arsenio Hall, type in, go to YouTube right now. Arsenio Hall, Truth Live. And you're gonna see a live performance by Truth. And when they finish up, guess who comes from the audience and runs on stage to go talk to them?
New edition.
Thank you. Gave them their props. I didn't do that. They passed the torch like, y'all brothers got it. Because they've been around for a while.
Right.
And if you have you been to a troop show? And it's hard because they disbanded
Right.
and they got back together, but the get back wasn't good.
No.
But when they disbanded, we're like, no, not right now, like y'all here. But there were people that didn't want them on the same stage. If you haven't been to a show, so it's almost like, wait a minute, have y'all seen this person play basketball live in person?
Right.
Oh, y'all haven't. Y'all just saw clips, highlights. Oh, you know what I'm talking about.
Right.
Go watch them live. Arsenio Hall, Troop Live, it'll say it all. And you're gonna hear
1990.
1991.
Yeah.
You hear live vocals. You can see a performance out this world. Imagine a 45-minute show like that.
I'm gonna say this. Me studying the industry over the years and just watching it, it just seems to me that the talent from California, they're ready for the stage already. I don't know. It seems like people from California are just ready to be stars.
It's LA.
Yes, it's almost like is everybody there talented?
It's LA.
Yeah, that's crazy. Because like when you see groups that sound from LA, you be like, yeah, you gotta be, because y'all just different.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah, and even with New York, I think LA is a little different. I think LA is different, more different than New York, Chicago, all other major cities. The talent, I'm saying, it's just like the kids from California, they're born with it almost.
No, they're not born with it. There's a stage that's out there. That stage is called Santa Monica. If you ever been out there on that beach,
I ain't been past you.
they're performing like crazy out there.
Oh, okay.
Well,
Yeah.
it's more to Venice Beach.
Venice Beach, thank you, I'm
Venice.
sorry. Venice.
Okay.
Yeah, you go to Venice Beach, it's just straight performers. Remember the group The Boys?
Yeah, they're from LA too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have the biggest
They
deal
live here
ever.
now.
They're all over the place. Some two of them over in Africa.
They're back and forth. Because they got a loft in, down in the West End. That's why I did some work with them a couple years ago.
Absolutely.
About 15 years ago. Right?
Those boys were youngsters,
Yeah, they were.
and they're on Venice Beach going at it,
They made a lot of money.
and made a lot of money. And the parents, watch this, the parents went in and studied the music business and came in and helped negotiate their biggest deal, and they're still getting paid right now
I read
from the deal from 1987.
Down by heart.
And they were on TV.
Yeah. And Hakeem did a lot of acting.
As I said, he
more
was
than
on
the
TV.
other brother. Yeah, he was
Yeah.
doing a lot of shows in there.
Hakeem was on Still the Beaver. You know, I'm a Leave It to Beaver fan. But on Leave It to Beaver, black and white, there were no black folks on Leave It to Beaver. But on Still the Beaver, they have some black folks in there.
Right.
Right? I know. I get it. But I'm just letting you know. So Venice Beach, they had a platform. So where I'm from, you might see a guy or two on the corner, we think they're crazy. In Atlanta, you might see a guy or two on the corner, we think they're crazy. Like the guy that plays butt naked the guitar over on Wesley Chapel.
Oh.
Yeah, that's not a pay for play situation. Yeah, we can't pay you on that.
No record deal.
No record deals now. But if you go to Nashville, you go to New York, where it used to be, they used to be singing outside.
In the subways.
In the subways.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you see everything. So I'm just coming back saying this. I'm not dissing anybody. New Edition is phenomenal.
Yes, they are.
So they're incredible. To the stage show to this day is incredible. All I said was during that era, Troop was a step above them.
And who is your R&B group?
Jodeci.
No, your R&B group, Mount Rushmore.
Oh, sure, it's easy. Group, Mount Rushmore?
Group.
Oh, we had a big argument last night. You set me up. I'm not answering that.
Come on, answer it.
No.
I'll give you mine. Temptations,
Yes.
Jackson 5, New Edition, and Jodeci.
Bang.
What about you, D?
Everybody but Temptations, bro.
Everybody but the Temptations. And throw Troop in there.
Woo, Mount Rushmore.
Oh, was a rule. That ain't enough for me. Because watching New Edition's already given me that. So it's almost, I'm being honest. When I look at that, this is what I see. When I see, I'm not, my mama's gonna kill me. When I see Temptations, it's like Wilt Chamberlain and Shaq. Wilt scored 100 points. Against who?
Right,
Oh, well, I could do that. I could put a 50. In that era, might be 60.
right.
But when I see New Edition do that plus more, I was like, ooh. But everybody in New Edition couldn't sing.
Right.
Hmm.
Everybody in Temps can sing but Otis. Yeah. But you gotta realize, Jackson 5, New, all these groups were names, they're based off the Temps. It's the Temptations, that's the blueprint. It ain't the Four Tops, it ain't nobody, it's the Temptations. Your male groups are based off the Temptations. And your white singing groups are based off New Edition.
What white singing groups?
That came out after New Edition, boy, New Kids on the Block.
Wrong.
Yeah, they are. Maurice Starr, the same dude produced New Edition, produced them. Yeah. Maurice Starr produced New Kids on the Block and New Edition.
Because he got kicked out. So he wouldn't put together a group.
And they were huge.
They are huge off of a black. Matter of fact, they didn't. If you know the story, they were about to fall apart because nobody's playing that record. There was a record station, a radio station in Tampa Bay that was playing "Please Don't Go, Girl,"
That was my record.
and it caught fire there.
Yeah.
And the record label was about to back up. Then they came back in and said, "Wait a minute, there's some movement in Tampa, Florida." I think it was Tampa. Then it grew. Then we saw the video on BET. I was like a white New Edition. Yeah, okay. That was it. They didn't have no songs. I'm sorry. You're right. You're right. You're right. I look at it, but I look at Justin Timberlake from NSYNC. I wasn't an NSYNC fan, but when Justin was solo and he got with Timberland, I was like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm a fan.
And One Republic, exactly.
I'm a fan.
Oh yeah, Justin's dope.
I'm a super fan.
Yeah, Justin's, like, out of all those groups that came, I liked them sing because of Justin. I didn't really feel the Backstreet Boys like that. I didn't. They weren't dope to me. But Justin Timberlake had soul.
Yes.
He had enough. And when he went solo, he showed the world that, hey, I'm better than them.
You guys go look up on YouTube. It's really easy. They carry the camera around. Justin Timberlake in the studio, 2000, the first album. I forgot the first album called, but you'll see behind the scenes of him recording that project. And you see Timberland in there working, and Timberland's in there working, getting it done. And you know where Timberland came from, of course, right?
Right.
You know where he came from?
Devontae.
No. Teddy.
I thought Timberland came from Swing, Devontae Swing.
He did, but I was started came from Teddy. Then went to Devontae.
I never knew that.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Don't forget, where's he from?
Via Beach.
Who was living in Virginia Beach?
Teddy.
Right.
Yeah. You're the first person to ever tell me that he ever even did music. I never knew he did anything with Teddy. Yeah, I never knew that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So Teddy has grandchildren in the music business out here.
Wow.
I'm talking about like musicians, producers, not kids. Literally.
Right.
And I have the opportunity. I'm blessed to be around him, and just I can't. For me, and I'm speaking personally, because I can't put this stuff online. I got probably 500. Dooney knows what I'm talking about. I got 500 hours of footage in Teddy Riley's house.
Wow.
I just can't put out there.
Right.
I can't, because the music in the background, he's producing Janet Jackson on down.
Right.
I can't press play on it.
Exactly.
I was like, but I got my master's degree by sitting right there and watching. I'm telling you what we did one day. We were out in Vegas and he was making a record, and I'm just cameras going. I'm just watching them, and everybody. It's like 3 a.m. Everybody's gone. Well, I take that back. It's about 11 at night. It was heavy. The people kind of start fading out. Everybody's leaving. It was just me and him. And he's on the phone with customer service or tech support on the platform he was working on to produce in. And he's playing the music. I was like, oh man, Teddy lost it. That ain't it. But I couldn't say it, but I was sitting here just like, dang man, camera's rolling. And he was talking to tech support. He says, all right, cool, thank you so much. All right. And it was Janet Jackson vocals. And I was listening, I was like, oh man. That dude pressed a button, it's like, and the beat just said, boom, and it kicked in. I was like,
Masterpiece.
Yeah. I was like, what did he do? Like, what was that? Like, and he kind of leaned back and was like, hey, do you produce? Yes, sir. I came from you.
Right.
He's like, yeah, because he's in this world, like, it got to 6 a.m. It's just me and him.
Right.
I literally said, Mr. Rob, we got a meeting tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon at 2 o'clock.
Right.
I gotta go.
Right.
Oh, let me get you out of here. I was like, all right. I went back. I couldn't go back to my hotel room to sleep. I was like, I went back to my files and just pressing play back.
You ready to work?
I'm looking like, oh, I can get back to the studio. I can't wait.
Yeah.
I got some ideas.
Yeah.
I got some ideas.
I could imagine.
Man, so you think how dope Aaron Hall was singing leads back then. Because back then, that was the voice. He emulated Charlie Wilson. Charlie Wilson came from Stevie Wonder.
Right.
So it just kept going. And then he came behind Aaron Hall came R. Kelly. The R. Kelly came Avant.
Poor fella.
So watch that road.
Poor fella. Avant got hit with the Freddie Jackson.
Don't do that, man.
He did.
What you mean? What you mean by that?
Every time Freddie put out his, Luther would put out a bigger one. And when Avant put out a song, R. Kelly would put out a bigger one every time.
He had to, man.
Every time.
He had to.
Yeah, he
That's
couldn't-
part
he
of the
couldn't
business.
Yeah, he couldn't eat. Kelly would let him eat.
He ate. He couldn't eat T-bone steak. He ate. Yeah.
He wasn't ramen noodles.
Don't do that, man.
They said, what ramen noodles?
Come
He was
on,
eating,
man.
but
Don't
it
do
wasn't
that,
ramen
man.
noodles.
No. I wish I could sing.
That was Magic. That's Magic's first artist.
Magic Johnson had a record label.
Right.
And for those who don't know, when Magic Johnson first got his NBA deal, he had a club in his mansion, and he was the DJ in his club.
Wow.
Right. So Magic Johnson was like Shaq. He knew how to DJ.
Right.
And so he had an itch and a scratch for music, and he created the Magic Johnson record label along with the movie theaters, and he signed this guy named Avant.
Yep. From Cleveland, right?
I don't know where Avant's from.
I think Cleveland.
You're probably right.
Yep.
And Lord, dope. So I can't take that away from anybody. So
I'm gonna say this though. This is probably gonna throw y'all off.
I'm gonna throw it by y'all.
I was never like an Avant fan, but I'm about to blow you with this one.
Wow.
I was never an R. Kelly fan. I'm not an R. Kelly fan. R. Kelly's dope. He's the dopest writer in the probably last 20, 30, but I'm not a fan because I like singers.
Okay.
And he's definitely, to me, singing, he's like a knockoff Charlie. He's like a knockoff Aaron Hall. But I think Kelly's singing is way subpar his writing and producing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. Somebody disagree.
Yeah. You can ask anybody that know me. I'm not a Kelly, never been a Kelly fan. Just like I'm not a Tupac fan.
What'd you say?
I'm not.
I'm not.
Tupac told me nothing I hadn't heard in the 80s. Like, nothing he said KRS-One hadn't already told me. Yeah, I wasn't a fan.
I appreciate him.
You can only say Hennessy and Enemy, so. I'm just sorry.
I'm just taking a pause.
I'm not, listen, so for people who are paying attention, I didn't say I don't like him. You didn't say you didn't like
I'm
him.
just not a fan.
It's not a fan.
Matter of fact, you know the frustrating thing about all this is when Tupac was locked up, and this is what people always say, this is conspiracy stuff that we talk about. Oh man, the record label just want people to go to jail. I was like, well, that makes zero sense.
None.
I'm gonna spend money to invest into you.
To go to jail?
You got a manager. He has an A&R because the A&R fails. What happens to A&R?
Out of there.
He gets fired.
Yes.
So the A&R fails. Manager can't make money. You have a team support. You got makeup. You got all these people around. You got a team. You got your mom to take care of. Then you go to jail,
Right.
and the record label wants you there.
They want you there.
They don't want money to be made. They're making money off the record sales, but you can't make no money off the tours. And we want to see it. So when Pac got locked up, he was locked up when Dear Mama came out. He was locked up. You think the record label wasn't frustrated with him?
Yes.
It was very frustrating. To be very honest, his mama was living here. Y'all don't even know how the whole story goes. People got all jacked up. This is our era. His mama was struggling. Tupac called Suge Knight and said, can you help pay my mom's mortgage?
Right.
People said, what's the affiliation? He was in Above the Rim.
Right.
He was on the Above the Rim soundtrack.
Right.
He wasn't a death row artist, but Interscope was leaving him to dry.
Right.
Well, I can't help that you're in jail, but we're going to drop this album out because we can't let it sit.
Right.
Remember Dusted and Disgusted by E40? He was on there. They had to replace his vocals because he wasn't there.
Wasn't there?
Yeah, they had to replace his vocals. On the album, he's there, but on the video, he wasn't. He's not here. And we got to drop this dope album, this dope song. So saying that, he paid his mama's mortgage, and then that's when he said, hey, Snoop, what's up? Snoop was like, hey, man, that's that guy. You think so? Yeah. What you think we should do? Let's figure it out. They went to Interscope. Suge Knight didn't put all the money up. He put a portion of the money up.
I mean,
They sat back with Interscope and saying, we'll bring him over here, have him sign our imprint while he's going through his legal stuff, but we'll drop something dope. They put the money up. Don't forget while he was out on bond.
Right.
He was out on bond. They got him out, gave him a haircut, flew in, went straight to the studio. And they were giving him beats like, this is yours, you can have it. He's knocking out records left and right. That album that came out, because remember the first song that came out was California Love, right?
Yeah.
Right.
There's two versions of it. But when the album came out and we heard Ambitions as a writer, I said, I'm a fan of this album. Finally, we got an album that I like, where, because all his other albums had 2 or 3 songs on it, and then just misses. His first album still haven't gone platinum yet.
Oh, you talking about Apocalypse Now?
Is that his first one?
Yeah.
He still hasn't gone platinum yet.
Yeah.
Come on now.
Yeah. Australia is probably strictly for my niggas either. Yeah.
It still hasn't gone platinum yet. But All Eyes on Me went through the door.
Oh, yeah.
That double album, it was a door. I said,
You Against the World,
you can press play,
Let It Ride.
and that was a ride. So when you become a fan, that's what we're trying to say, a fan, Prince just can't go wrong. I could press play on Prince.
Did you say that?
Prince, I'm a fan of Prince. Yes, I can press play. I can press play. And you know what Prince did for us? He gave us an album every year.
Yeah.
Plenty of music.
He gave us an album every year.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, I'm not even gonna tour on that album. I'm gonna do the video. I'm gonna do a movie at my studio and make it look like a concert. Y'all watch that, because I'm getting ready for
The next album.
the next album, which is Love Sex, and he's butt naked on the album. And what's crazy about that one, because he's too busy getting ready for the Batman soundtrack.
Right. Brother was working.
And that was just 4 years away from Purple Rain.
Right.
Oh man, I gotta think.
Is Purple Rain his best work?
No, Sign of the Times.
Sign of Time has Adore?
Adore.
Yeah.
Housequake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I get the Ballad of Dorothy Parker.
Listen, the first time I heard Adore, I was in 6th grade at band camp in middle school.
Band camp.
Yeah.
Tell us more about band camp.
Oh yeah, I played snare drum in middle school. I marched in high school.
Tracy, did you know that?
I didn't know that.
Hey, for the audience members, we never knew this. We knew that Watch can sing, but we didn't know he was in band.
Yeah, my whole neighborhood was in band.
Oh, never mind.
We all could play.
The Junkyard Band.
No.
Oh, y'all
high
can get
school.
down?
Yeah, everybody.
For real?
Yeah.
Was y'all black band or was y'all just band?
No, we played DCI, drum corps. We didn't
Yeah, they core style.
We did chorus.
Okay, I understand. All right.
We dotted the I like Ohio State. We did that type of
That's where I came from.
Yeah.
Yes.
Chord. Straight
forward,
forward.
yeah.
Palms down.
Heel toe.
There you go.
Yes.
That's what I come from.
And then I was the commander for Drum and Bugle Corps, and I turned it to Jackson State. And I can say his name, Colonel Santulli did not like that
I
at
was
all.
about to say, it hadn't been the same since you left.
I'll say it. He says, ain't gonna be no shucking and jiving. I said, well, we about to shuck and jive.
We about to shuck and jive.
So I've been studying Jackson State for a whole year now. I'm in control. Yes, ma'am.
I wasn't in band, but I played the piccolo.
We can see that.
Forget you.
She said she wasn't in band, but she played the piccolo. Can y'all see that?
The piccolo player.
Yeah, she can. We can see it.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't want to be
Little
excluded.
Gene Carn.
Yeah, I don't want to be excluded from the conversation of, the band music.
All right. Well, I tell you guys. I mean, we'll always have matters of opinion, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
And we still got to ask these people questions about replicating the 80s and 90s. We ain't answered that question yet. They said why. Was that it? Why can we remake that music? Was that what it was? 80s and
Why is it so hard? Because cats don't go to church no more, so they don't know what they sound like. And then two, don't forget, when they brought auto-tune and Melodyne in, it messed everything up.
But I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't think 80s and 90s music is hard to remake. The music that's hard to remake is 65 through 80.
We don't want that. They can have that. They will no.
That's the best movie. That's when we're at, to my opinion. Black music was its best 65 to 80.
Listen, the 90s you can't top it. So the point I'm saying is, in today's music is technology over talent.
Yes.
Oh, without a doubt.
All right.
That's the difference.
So that 90s era, that was our Church of God in Christ singers,
Mm-hmm.
our Pentecostal singers, and our Old Baptist singers. They used to get down. There was no auto-tune. You had to sing because everybody who dropped the record, don't forget, there's a Billboard Top 200. To be in the top 40, be number 40 on the Billboard charts is bad.
Yeah.
40 is bad.
Right.
You had records that sitting in 200 that couldn't even budge because you couldn't get in the top 40.
Right.
Everybody could sing. Everybody. Name a bad group. Name a bad R&B song. Name a bad R&B record. There wasn't. We're just so used to goodness. And when we go back now, that's why we say, oh man, can we get that back? I don't mind the auto-tune, but there's no reason why Stokely for mint condition should be on auto-tune. It makes no sense. Zero. So it's like, but it's a sound. So when I talk to my people, my A&R friends, they always go after the numbers. How does Spotify numbers look? How's the Instagram numbers look? How's TikTok numbers look? I said, are you going to sign the act based off how you feel or the numbers?
Right.
I said, go back off a gut feeling and let's claim back what belongs to us. They don't sign people to situations for film because of their numbers.
Right.
They sign them because they're a good actor and actress. Well, they're not 20 million followers. Let's go ahead and do a deal with them. F that. Let's go off the talent. Let's reclaim that. Or you could be scared of your white boss that doesn't know our music
Right.
and sign him based off the numbers.
Based off the
That's why we're in the trash we're in today.
Yeah.
Name me some top R&B artists, and I can go through Apple Music right now and give you a bunch of them. Y'all be like, well, who's that?
Right.
They won't play them.
I'm already about to say who's that because I don't know none.
There's 1,000 of them.
Everybody rapping now.
Hey man, Sir's dope.
Sir, I've heard Sir.
He's super dope.
But her's doper.
I'm not talking about her. That's totally different. Those one of ones.
Yeah,
that everybody
her.
knows.
Yeah.
I'm talking about Sir. There's I mean, we could go on. I mean, there's a lot, and people are like, I just don't know who they are. Well, that's because all we have now is Chris, Beyonce, Fantasia has that new album out in a long time.
She doesn't.
Should have stayed with Missy.
Mariah sold 50,000 last time she dropped.
Horrible.
50,000. The album was dope, but they're not into that anymore. So we got these girls coming on TV now. I'm sorry. We have these acts coming on television now, singing live with auto-tune on. It's technology over talent. So we come back, and I think Jermaine Dupri said it, and I think Neo said it best. There was a time in this business you had to be the best dancer, you had to be the best writer, you had to be the best producer, you had to be the best singer.
Right.
And all that in between. And they had the best engineers out there. Now it's just they're pressing buttons and they're doing presets for engineering work saying, hey man, I'll charge you 1,000. You didn't do anything. You didn't mix the record. We had issues with some audio on a major act a little while ago. That's not mixed down. What is this?
Money grab.
Money grab. We don't have the best singers out there right now. We don't. So people thinking like
We haven't had them in a while.
No, so when people say R&B, they think slow.
Right.
No, that's not what R&B is.
It's rhythm and blues.
It's rhythm and blues. So
Yeah.
now it's urban records. So I'm saying we should need something dope. That's it.
I just think we're at our best when we did soul music. I do.
90s.
I don't think there's an album in the 90s better than Songs of the Key of Life or Marvin Gaye's What's Going On. It's not. Because, see, back then, you had to be able to sing.
You had to.
You could be ugly then and get a record deal because you could sing. There was a lot of ugly, good singers back then.
Don't call them ugly. They're just hard in the eyes.
Yeah,
Can
hard on
you say hard in
that.
the
Yeah,
eyes?
yeah, my bad.
Yeah, ugly's
hard
tough.
on that. But, yeah, I
Ugly's
forgot.
tough.
We in a new era. All that.
Casey's hard in the eyes,
Yeah.
but he can sing.
You
Yeah.
can sing.
JoJo was hard in the eyes, but JoJo was the voice of Jodeci.
Percy Sledge.
Don't do
Very
that.
hard on the eyes.
Don't do that.
But when a man love a woman come on, the whole world fall out. You feel me? I mean, Ronald Ivan had incredible hook eyebrows. But Ron can sing. See, in the 70s, they didn't care how you look. Can you sing? Oh, yeah, I need you. But now it's a look. Now we got beautiful, no talent. Give me ugly can sing any day.
Hard on the eyes.
Hard on the eyes can sing
Hard on
any
the
day.
eyes.
Yeah, let me get that any day.
Yes. And remember, moving forward, guys, I'm not cheap. People call me cheap. I'm not cheap. I'm thrifty. All right? It's thrifty. Let's learn these new new terms now. 2025. Frugal, thrifty, hard on the eyes.
Yes.
Not ugly and not cheap. All right? I'm thrifty.
Yeah. But the 90s was my era. So I was a kid. I grew up in that. But I was raised, my parents just bumping good music. Like I was raised on, see, at my crib, on Fridays, there was no TV. There was all music.
I hear you.
When my mom and dad got off work, they cut the record player on. And we danced on Fridays and Saturdays. Me and my brothers and my mom and dad. That was growing up in my crib. Every Saturday, my mom and dad went and brought new albums. Every Saturday.
That's dope.
So but the 90s just there, I just don't think nobody's touching those guys.
No, I agree.
Right now.
Yeah, because Jonas is not doper than the Isley Brothers.
So to answer that question, it's because we don't have the real singers aren't given a chance because it's technology over talent. So if I present a sonic sound that sounds good, and the numbers are moving on SoundCloud and Spotify, Apple Music, they get TikTok because TikTok has the charts now. If they have the numbers, they're gonna get a record deal.
Right.
Whether they can sing live or not.
Or not.
We'll figure that out.
They'll figure it out.
But let's get this money. All right?
Yeah.
So can I do this right here? Can I do that?
Yes.
All right, no problem. So I appreciate that, you guys. And there's always going to be a matter of opinion. I'm open to it. My dad doesn't have an opinion. It's James Brown or nobody.
Period.
James Brown wake up in the morning and sing immediately. But he's not really singing. He's singing. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I had to check into my flight. That's what that's for.
Okay.
Okay.
I know. I knew you was. I knew.
I just thought we had a caller.
Oh, no.
He said, oh, no.
I got excited.
So now we're going to end this off, and we're close to shutting it down. We have 15 minutes left. And it's going to be a tough 15 minutes again, because is there a question that we're missing?
No, I was looking to make sure we didn't have
No problem. There's a question that we're missing. I didn't want to say that, but you look at that, and I sent you a clip the other day. I said, young LeBron, he saved the game like Jordan saved the game. And he's still in it, whether you like it or not. When LeBron comes to town, you're going to pay a little bit more for a ticket. Am I right or wrong?
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That says it, doesn't it?
Yes.
I'm not saying because I'm a LeBron fan, because I'm not a fan. I'm a Lakers fan. And when we got the Lakers, I said, oh, yeah, we're going to win. Now, let's look at this. They were in 6th place when they traded
AD.
Anthony Davis off for Luka. I said, oh, wow, we got a new LeBron. I said, oh, we're about to move. We went from the 6th place, now we're in 2nd place.
Second in the West.
We're 2nd in the West.
That trade don't look too bad.
Don't forget, he was down 3-1 deficit against Golden State, wasn't he?
And won it.
And never did it before in history, did he?
Right.
No one's ever did that. 3-1. They got beat by 30 and 40 points, didn't they? Did he come back?
He did that.
Won a championship. You can't deny that. So people say, oh man. Hey, it's not about LeBron. It's not about Michael. It's not that. Mike had Pippen, which wasn't LeBron, and he had Dennis Rodman for 3 years. He had Horace Grant for 3. He had Craig Hodges. Craig Hodges was a better
John
three-point shooter. Matter of fact, Paxson saved the day.
Right.
Craig Hodges was a better shooter than Larry Bird.
Yeah, Craig Hodges just got too political, got blackballed.
He did. Did he not beat Larry Bird in three-point contest?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, he did
Okay.
that.
I'm just saying.
Craig can shoot.
He can shoot.
Yeah.
So LeBron had to carry the weight, which is okay. But he also dished out the ball. And so when people say, oh man, it's Michael Jordan, I say, listen, my son would say this. Hey Dad, I wish I could call him right now. Hey Dad, it's LeBron. I watched the videos of Mike. He said Mike didn't have a left hand. I said, dang.
Didn't need it.
Not back then.
He didn't need it. He wouldn't need it today.
Yes, he would.
No, he wouldn't.
Ooh.
Mike will be Mike in any era.
Well, don't say any era.
Any era.
Well, he'll average 100 in the he'll average 100 back then.
Listen, they got to adjust the 75 greatest list. All the old Coos and them got to come off the list. We got to take them off. You dribble with one hand for 30 years. Yeah, Bob Cousy got to come off the greatest list. He has to. Michael Jordan would have scored 90 on Bob Cousy every night.
I agree.
LeBron might score 100. Just because of size. Back him down and score 100. You got to give LeBron his props. You got to give LeBron his props. What he did is phenomenal, but he's done it without no major injuries, no scandals.
Yeah.
You know, he's a good husband, good father. His son's in the league. They hate it. Son's in the league.
Got school.
Yeah, got his own school. Sent every kid in Akron goes to University of Akron for free. Every kid.
Put up money for movies.
Yeah.
Entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Billionaire.
Billionaire. Yeah. Daughter's in gymnastics. Youngest son is about to be a basketball star too.
Averaging 29 points a game at 40. At 40.
Yeah.
At 40.
Yeah.
My knees were creaking at 26.
Mike knees was creaking at 40.
Oh man, I'm 40. I was out.
No, Michael Jordan. His knees was
Oh.
creaking at 40.
Yeah.
With the Wizards. Yeah. But you know, it's always going to be. I say it's a great debate because it's worth the conversation. But just me, and I feel like I've seen three of the greatest eras. I've seen the Dr. J era, the Michael Jordan era, and the LeBron era. And I think it would be Mike, LeBron, then Dr. J era wise. But my top three is probably going to be Mike, LeBron, then Kobe. Because I just think Kobe is just Michael Jordan 2.0. He did everything. He mastered all Mike's moves
He did.
and made it look easier.
I agree.
Yeah.
Kobe's on my top.
Oh yeah, you from LA though. I figured.
Well, Kobe's
Just
dope.
because I'm from
Yeah, Kobe's
LA,
dope.
but he's on my top.
Kobe's dope. As a matter of fact, I put Kobe over Jordan. What?
Do it. I
What?
can't do it.
I don't know why you can't.
I can't do it.
Why can't you? He emulated him. It was better, and the defense is better.
He got more defensive teams.
They have more monsters. They have more. Kobe and LeBron have more monsters than Michael Jordan had. LeBron with monsters. Jordan had 4 or 5 teams. Every team has a monster now. Name a team that doesn't have a monster.
Sacramento.
What?
Who's the monster? They traded Darren Fox.
They just traded him.
Yeah.
They got it.
Hawks ain't got no monster.
What you talking about? Ice Tray?
Man, stop.
Stop what?
They'll never get a ring with him.
Man, that made me go to my high voice.
He going ball at 23 for one.
What's that got to do with anything?
Ball and ball. That's it.
Mike went ball. Well,
He was
okay.
always ball.
Come on, man, stop.
Ice Tray came out of college going ball. That means he's been worried a long
We're
time.
not talking about. We're talking about basketball, dog.
He's not good.
You're talking about hard on the eyes again.
No, he just.
What you mean he's not good?
Ice Tray's okay. That trade didn't work for Atlanta. You traded Luka Doncic for Ice Tray.
I ain't got to do with that's an Atlanta thing.
That
I
didn't
ain't gotta
work.
do with that.
Yeah, that's horrible. Trey's not good.
What?
He won't go to the Hall of Fame.
Who?
He won't go to the Hall of Fame.
Stop.
He won't be the best Hawk. Dominique is always gonna be the best Hawk.
I didn't say anything about that.
Yeah, Ice Tray ain't gonna be better than Dominique. Never.
What?
No, man.
Every team has a monster. So you're trying to say that Trey is not a monster.
No, I think when they play the Hawks, they say, okay, let's go ball. But they got Trey. Let's go ball.
So
I
when
think
they
they
almost made the NBA Finals in 2022, almost made the finals, lost to Milwaukee. Milwaukee won it all. Had they beat Milwaukee, they would have won it all. So they lost the East.
Milwaukee beat who for the
I
championship?
can't remember.
Phoenix?
My dad says no one remembers number 2.
I think they beat Phoenix.
It doesn't matter. They took second. So my dad says second place is a constant reminder that you lost. We don't know who lost.
The Hawks wouldn't have beat Phoenix.
But stop. Come on, man.
The Hawks wouldn't have beat Phoenix.
They were in the Eastern Conference Finals. Who was putting it in? Come on, man. Stop. I was at the game. I went to the games. I paid $600 a ticket. Say I got to see this for myself. I said,
And you a believer. Ice Tray has you a believer.
I believe in Jesus.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah,
There
there
you
it
go.
is.
Yeah.
I'm a believer. Come on, man.
I think Ice Tray's average.
Average.
I'm just not a fan, man. I'm not a fan. I'm not. I wasn't a fan in Oklahoma. Like, he don't impress me.
What?
No, man. He don't impress me.
Man,
Huck-a-chuck shot. Oh, I can't stand it.
so I said LeBron and Kobe had monsters on every team that they had to play against all the time. Mike had 5 or 6 teams he had to worry about.
Right.
These guys is day in, day out, except for one team. I don't. It's not fair.
That Mike played against?
Mike had too many. There were too many scrubs back then. There was a bunch of scrubs back then.
Mike's era was full of scrubs?
Uh-huh.
No, man. No.
What?
No.
So Clyde Drexler was dope?
Not to me.
Okay, then just keep going. Let's keep going.
Not to me.
So who was?
I think Clyde's overrated.
So who was it? Danny Ainge was cold?
No.
Okay, I'm trying to find it.
You can name the dogs.
Reggie Miller?
Hall of Famer.
Reggie was good.
Hall of Famer.
He was a good shooter. What did he do?
He scored, what, 12 points in 8 seconds?
Come on, you talking about records.
He ain't got no hardware.
He had the hardware.
But I don't think Reggie wasn't never even scoring champion, I don't think. I don't think he's ever won anything individual, to be honest. I don't think he was ever scoring champion, was he? Ever. Not when Mike was there. Yeah.
Okay.
Great shooter, though.
He's a great shooter.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I named some more. Magic Johnson?
Of course.
Of course what?
The best point guard ever.
Stop.
Ever.
Magic can't hold no Kyrie Irving.
Listen.
He can't hold no Kyrie Irving. He can't hold no Russell Westbrook. He's not going to be able to hold no... He can't even hold Jamal Crawford.
Magic invented the triple-double.
No, he didn't. There was triple doubles before him. Stop. Come on, man.
Big O was cool.
Who?
But Magic made it what it was.
Magic could not play no defense against those guys. That's matter of fact when
They ran zone.
My Lakers when they let Jordan come through the lane and do all that. Come on, y'all can't stop that.
They was old.
They were older.
They were old now.
Dirt.
They weren't supposed to beat Mike. AC socks to his knees was old.
AC, come on, that's
AC Green. Right. Jerry Curl, AC Green was old.
Reverend Green. Address him as Reverend Green.
Reverend Virgin Green was old.
You have to add that in there.
Okay, since we giving him all these adjectives, we gonna line him up. Worthy was done.
What?
Worthy was done.
Worthy's a year younger than Jordan.
He still was done. Look, Worthy had a run in the 80s with the Lakers. A run. Worthy that played Jordan when the Bulls beat them was not Worthy that won the rings in the 80s. No, man. Mm-mm.
All right.
They were all on their way out.
So this is going to be an age hotel, but like I said, like my daddy told me, I told my daddy, I knows basketball.
Okay.
I knows basketball.
Not know what it is. Not know.
No.
Not no.
Well, yeah. And maybe this summer, because my dad will be in town this summer. You got my dad's in the Hall of Fame. Maybe this summer we can get my dad on the podcast this summer.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be good.
Woo!
That'd be dope.
Lord have mercy. Yeah, he ain't understand what's going on. He ain't gonna figure out what's going on, but we'll talk about it.
He gonna agree Cousy was trash.
He's a Boston Celtics fan.
You know Cousy trash.
He's not gonna say that.
He got to.
He won't say that.
If he's real, he got to
He's a
survive.
Celtics fan.
Oh my God.
Yes, yeah. So, hey, you guys, first and foremost, I want to thank everybody for coming out tonight. I want to thank my counterparts, Miss
Yes, sir.
Tracy Garner, Mr. Wargee Davis, and we appreciate you guys. I really do.
No doubt.
We're gonna keep this thing going. We'll have dates for you guys soon for the next one, but we're gonna keep on making it interesting. We had to bring these topics up because people would text us and saying, "Hey, will y'all talk about this?" There's other things we want to talk about, but we brought out to the forefront what you guys want to hear. So we're bringing to the forefront. And then soon our shows will get better. But we're gonna make sure that you guys are in tune. So I want to thank you guys for coming out. Today is March the 6th. We're gonna be signing off. Hold on. Is there anything you need to say, Madam President?
No.
Madam President,
Yes.
what are you the president of?
Can I get some shout outs?
Sure do.
He is not gonna let this go.
Let me give a big 50th shout out to my cousin Myrie Grant. Salute. My other cousin Telly Priest, they'll be 50 tomorrow. Salute. And welcome to the 50 Club, fellas.
All right. Yeah, welcome.
I'm not gonna let this go.
Okay, he's not gonna let this go. Do I have to say?
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I am the president of the Cobb National Pan-Hellenic Council.
All right.
Come on
I
now.
won't let it go, but
Come on now. That's a big deal. All right. Well, we're gonna leave out this note. I appreciate everybody. We're gonna keep this thing going.